Hey YouTube, this is Tuki317. I am coming from Indiana. You know, just to tell you guys that God is the truth. And will you take that step to hear it? Or would you take the step to obey it? Would you allow that to would you allow that voice to come into you and for you to build your foundation on it? You know, these are the questions that I have to ask myself too. When I hear Jesus talking to me, you know, sometimes it's like, God, or sometimes it's like, okay, God. For example, I took a college course over the summer, and, you know, I actually, the paper I did was really not a paper how I should do it. You know, it's a paper that I kind of just made up on the top of my head when I was supposed to do an experiment. So basically, I was giving out false information. And, you know, my sister's in college. I'm like, good, cool. My sister's going to help me with this. My sister was in college. She graduated from college, from Purdue University. I'm like, cool. My sister's going to help me. I'm going to get an A. Da-da-da-da-da. But come to find out, the accurate was totally wrong. The results, we don't know how the results would have turned out. And so I talked to my counselor, and she was like, no. You have to redo this paper. I'm going to tell you, you're a college student now. I'm going to tell you to redo this paper. I'm hurt. I have to redo this paper, this 8-page paper, actually, this 10 to 11 page paper. It took me like 2 weeks to do this paper. 3 weeks. And you want me to start over in 3 days? Nah, I'm going to keep this paper. But then, one day when I'm in my room, rereading the paper, and I'm feeling so horrible about myself, but I just start to think, is this the right thing to do? And okay, I'm talking to God. I'm like, all right, God, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna take all the false information and just put facts in. I'm gonna leave everything else the way it is. I'm just gonna take out the false, put in facts. That's it. And I was not expecting this. I was not expecting none of this. While I was finna write that paper, while I was finna delete just a section, I heard it, I felt it. And I couldn't get away from it. When God's talking to you, He wants you to hear it. You like Jonah, when he trying to escape for being a preacher. He couldn't get away from it. He actually got swallowed into a huge fish for 3 days. And so I'm like trying to think around it. This huge voice says, "The entire," and I felt it, and I couldn't do nothing but just do the entire paper. I felt Jesus and His voice talking to me, telling me to do the entire paper. 3 days, 11-page paper. I'm thinking, I don't know what to do. Am I still gonna get the A that I think I was gonna get? But Jesus said He'll never forsake you. In 3 days, 11-page paper, I ended up getting a B on the paper. It wasn't an A, but it was above average. Just because God tells you to do something, it's for the best of you. I learned so much from doing that paper. Some of the stuff I did, all my accurate stuff, all the stuff was not accurate. I ended up having the truth and a good grade. Listen to the voice of truth. That's the one that's going to set you free. That's the one that's going to lead you on the righteous road, on a narrow path. If you listen to the voice of truth, you will absolutely will succeed. And Jesus said he will always be with you.